Welcome to your Flame Fundamentals training. So hopefully you've familiarized yourself with the concepts of Flame as well as a few ins and outs. Now let's rewind everything back to the beginning and go through Flame for the first time. In this video, you'll concentrate on setting up your storage volume, the project creation, as well as making a new user profile. After you have closed the welcome screen, you will see the Flame splash screen, which allows you to choose a project and user for your upcoming session. Here you have 4 headers. The host computer refers to your current system and only needs to be changed for certain collaborative workflows. So you can ignore that for the most part. Next, you have the project options for creating, choosing, editing, and deleting a project. This is also where you'll set up a storage volume for the very first time you use Flame. Then you have the workspace header, which you only touch if you're working in a collaborative workflow. And finally, you have user management, which we'll come back to shortly. Now, if you've already done this, you can skip this step. But if you have started Flame for the first time, it's more than likely you will need to set up a new storage volume, which will contain any intermediates, cache, and renders for your project. This can be done the first time you create a project. Click the New Project button and the Create New Project window will appear. To set a new volume, click the Add button. Next, click the Browse button to launch the file browser. Now navigate to the drive and folder you intend to use for your storage. We recommend using a drive with fast, reliable performance to ensure you get the most interactivity out of Flame. Set the file path and give your storage volume a memorable name. Click Create and the new volume is ready to be used with this project and any others in the future. Now, if you haven't already done so, click the New button to create a new project. In the Create New Project window, you start off by clicking in the text box and giving your project a name. If you haven't created a storage volume, please follow the steps from the previous section. If the volume already exists or you have multiple to choose from, please ensure it's selected from the list. The chosen volume will contain any intermediates, renders, cached media, and proxies. Now the resolution settings define the project's default resolution. In other words, any internally generated media and sequences will start off with these settings. However, you can change them while working within the project, since Flame is resolution independent. You can also import media of any resolution and frame rate and mix them together. These settings simply give you a great starting point. When you click the pull-down menu, you have a range of formats and cameras to choose from. For example, let's go with the standard 1920 by 1080 HD resolution and set its bit depth to 10-bit. Normally, most modern formats are progressive or frame-based these days, but Flame can accommodate interlaced or field-based material if required. Next up is the config template. This sets up the video timing and output signal sent to a broadcast monitor. So you would choose your monitor resolution and the video timing you'd like it to run at, and that will update the project's default frame rate to ensure they are in sync. This does not affect any media's frame rates, but rather the playback speed of Flame during a session. Next, you choose how you would like to color manage your project. The legacy policy is a manual way of color managing everything, and you have to turn the options on as you need them. You could use the included color policy presets, or create your own ones to automate the color management. But legacy will be fine for now. Now the last aspect you need to consider is internally generated media. I am referring specifically to caching and rendering files which would be stored on your storage in an optimized format. You have a selection of formats going all the way up to uncompressed data. In this instance, choose ProRes 422HQ as the preferred format. Obviously, you should choose the format best suited to the project, but Flame will automatically switch to the alternative formats if the files require a greater resolution. You must ensure that your storage can handle the bandwidth requirements. The other type of media you can generate in Flame is proxies. A proxy is a small version of your media that allows you to work faster in Flame if your hardware can't keep up with your full resolution media. If performance and interactivity is not a problem, you should not have to think about proxies at all. But if you have to, you can generate proxies for a single clip, multiple clips, or the entire project. And this does eat up disk space using your preferred format, but it allows for faster interactivity and performance. This can all be done within your project, and the second tab allows you to choose the various sizing options and if you want to start making proxies from the start of the project, which is totally optional. So that's the project all set up, and all that's left is to click Create. Once that's done, the project is available in the pull-down menu. To create a new user is really simple. Under the user header, click New. Just enter your name, and you'll use the Flame keyboard shortcuts, which are set by default. And that's pretty much it. You create the new user, and you're ready to go. So now that you have at least one project and one user, click the Start button to launch Flame. Before moving on, I'd like to mention that your project settings keep the resolution defaults, timings, and general project settings. Your user profile, on the other hand, allows you to set the way you like to work in Flame, remember your bookmarks, as well as any custom keyboard shortcuts. And finally, you can also switch between projects and users using the Flame main menu. Please move on to the next video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the Flame Learning channel. Thanks for watching.